met a wild-looking boy in the Forest of Silence. He says his name is Ferio, and he offered to accompany us for our protection. Umi and Fu didn't like the idea, but I thought he seemed nice enough, and we definitely needed the help. Of course I won, and Ferio is now traveling with us.
We met a crazy-looking boy in the Forest of Silence. He has wild eyes, and I don't trust him. After jumping out of a tree and scaring us half to death, he offered to guide us through the forest. Fu and me both said no way, but Hikaru immediately went gaga for him and took him up on his offer. Man, she's getting on my nerves.
We met a boy in the woods called Ferio that offered to accompany us through the forest. We seemed to be doing fine, so Umi and I said no, but he seems to be following us anyway. I wonder what Hikaru said to him.
When we left the Forest of Silence, Alcyone showed up again. Umi called on her magic ability to drive her away, and Fu used her magic ability to heal the injuries Ferio got in the fight. All we have to do now is make a mad dash for the Spring of Eterna.
I thought Hikaru had eyes for Ferio, but now I'm certain that it's Fu that has the gaga eyes for him. When he knelt and kissed Fu's hand, I'm positive Fu blushed. We don't have time for romance. This is gonna be a problem. I can feel it.
Ferio risked his own life to shield me from Alcyon's magic. Needless to say, I'm a little flushed just thinking about it. He actually ended up getting hurt on my account. What a hunk. I wonder if this is romance novel love or the real thing. In fact, I wonder how I'd know. My head hurts.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Magic Knight Rayearth. We made it through the Forest of Silence. Learned to swing our swords a little bit. Got some magic. And now we have a yellow rainbow amulet. Everything's looking up. But we are now here at, well, the Spring of Eterna. 4 pieces of the rainbow amulet to go. But the spring is now here. Just up above on this cliff. Or down below, I guess. Come on, you two. Thank you. Now, in either version of this game, it just kind of looks to me, I guess by just how it's situated, that the spring looks just like a bubble. And it's great that they have intuition and problem-solving skills, like jump into the water, not get down to where the spring is and look around. Don't you also want to get home? Should be the question also as well. And so we've entered the spring, which is, of course, magical. This is what you do when you hold hands. That's a good thing to do. But don't worry, your dog's here. That's even better. It's like, I would, like, half believe that Flash would actually be in the spring, just because he kind of showed up at Tokyo Tower. Like, that's kind of the thing I gotta have. Ugh. You got a little devil inside you, dog? Oh, uh-oh. Oh, this is not good. Do you not see the thing all around the dog? Well, anyway, in terms of the Spring of Eterna, all the girls get separated. And in terms of the Super Nintendo version, it turns into 3 mini-dungeons, pretty much involving invisible walls, walls that you have to break down that look different from another, in terms of like what the bubbles look like, which either have to be broken once, twice in some cases, or are monsters inside them. Whereas in this case, you can just freely skip that. Because your hair is not blue like ours. Out of all the dungeons, actually, Foo's is probably the most interesting, based on her opponent, and also the fact that it's a little bit more difficult because she is the least physically strong. In the Super Nintendo version, you really have to rely more on magic than on her physical strength in order to get through it. Also, you're fighting yourself. It's a cool idea. So how are we going to get through this, I wonder? Heck, how are we going to get through all 3 of these scenarios? Okay, even bigger question, how are we going to deal with the big lady in front of us? She seems much more threatening than everything else. But no, this, if you remember back from the very beginning, is Princess Emerald. She doesn't show up a lot, and I kind of wish she did. Because, we're trying to save her and everything. I really wish that she was on the other end a little bit more, trying to help us help her. In very much this case. I think the only thing I kind of prefer with the Super Nintendo version is that she actually appears before you, and she looks... I kind of like her portrait in the Super Nintendo version more than her big, huge praying face, just kind of looking out. But no, it's really good. Now, in terms of all 3 of the girls, they all have something that they have to overcome. Umi, it's her parents, always having to make them proud and make them happy for her. Hikaru, on the other hand, is a little less, flimsy in terms of what I think about it, because it has to do with her dog and how pretty much loyalty and companionship with her dog. Foo's, though, I find is the most important, is that you have to always remember that you are important to yourself as well as to other people. Always remember yourself as well. Overall, in all of the scenarios, I like Foo's the best. That's just me. I most definitely consider myself important. That's a question that Princess Emerald just kind of throws out and just goes, okay, would they really do this to you? Seriously? No, I didn't think they would. So what are you gonna do about it, huh? And so we get into the actual fights. With the Forest of Silence being the action tutorial in order to use your weapons, this can technically be the case of learning how to use your magic, because it's not as easy as you might think. Using the C button activates your magic, but you do have to direct it in the right way in terms of Hikaru and Umi. You can't just activate it and expect it to go to the enemy. You do have to direct it properly. But if you get some proper hits, then it's really easy to take them down. So next up is Umi. Umi's rather easy to deal with because her parents just kind of bounce around the screen. And if you stick behind them or beside them and not get in their way, then you can pretty much just like deal damage to them as you please. And it's really easy to get back your magic with them all the time because you're just able to just repeatedly just go at them physically in order to get enough magic to just keep going. But what happens when you die? You just start over. You pretty much cannot lose with this fight, with these fights. The game will not allow you. Later on, sure, but not this early. Just give me all your magic. Stab you for free magic. Not a lesson you actually should be learning. Do not stab your parents for free magic. And so we lastly have Fu. This is going to be a little bit of an interesting one because you cannot attack yourself without damaging yourself. That is why Fu has the healing magic. I believe, like, if you're really good about dealing with, like, invincibility frames, you can get 2 shots against yourself, and you only taking 1 bit of damage. But you might as well just go by how you're supposed to fight, because, well, it just tells you right there that even though you may have the recovery magic, yourself does not. Which is not the case with the Super Nintendo version. It does throw magic at you. Because by that point in terms of the game, Fu does have some offensive magic, which is going to heal in front of you and you're going to spin. See ya.
Look at that. I had no idea Escudo would be so beautiful.
We've done it! But we've done a little bit more than that because we just improved our armor a little bit. Now we have 2 pauldrons. Or shoulder pads. It is evolutionary. It will change the industry of armor making. But now we have the Escudo. So how do we get out of here? We didn't think this through, did we? Alright, whatever. Oh god. Look at Umi and Fu. It's like they're trying to get through a door at the same time and they just can't get out of each other's way. This is what growth of the heart and willpower means, people. Alright, let's get on our way. Because we have to go all the way back to Presea's in order to make these into weapons. Don't they look pretty? Yeah. Hey Clef, we did it! You proud of us yet? No? Okay. Now you do have to go through the entire Forest of Silence again in order to get back to Presea's Manor, but you don't need to see that. It's pretty much just a lot of padding. I think Presea's in here. Hey, we did it! We're back! We got what you wanted! You look surprised that we succeeded. It's like, hey! You're back! Man, I thought you died or something. Okay, you are the Magic Knights, I guess. Most assuredly not. Can we go inside? Oh. Fine. Got any books to read?
Say God, my Lord, please, forgive me. I underestimated their strength. I was unprepared, but next time I'll surely...
Silence. There shall not be a next time, dear Alcyone.
What? Say God, please, I'm begging you, just give me one more chance. Master Zagat, please!
What a gem this one turned out to be. Alcyone was never suited to the task at hand. Zagat, there's still a chance to stop them. Send me, and I'll show them how we play.
Very well, Ascot. Do not return without favorable news.
This'll be fun.
It's honestly kind of a shame that we don't get to see Presea do her work. In the Super Nintendo version, you get to see. She does a little dance right in front of the Spring of Eterna. You don't even have to come back to her house in order to do this. She comes to you. And just like that, we have our new weapons. You can see them in our status screen right now. 2 swords and a bow, which is interesting because in the actual show, they all get swords. But in terms of gameplay, it's better that Fu has a bow. So it's good that they keep it. Hey, Clef's proud of us, yay. Okay, my life is fulfilled. But where do we go from here? We have our weapons, now we have to look for the machines, I guess. Clef said volcano, sea, and sky. Northeast of here is the ocean, according to Presea. So we might as well head in that direction. Come on, girls. There we go. Northeast is the ocean. So let's see what east holds for us. It holds for us a door. And beyond that door is going to be our next destination. See you next time, everyone, as we head off and search for the first machine.